Mr. Robillard has come by to join me today to talk about what we're doing here at Dog and what everybody's doing across the city, Movember, which is a very exciting month where everybody's growing mustaches to help raise awareness and raise some cash as well for prostate cancer. So, Mr. Robillard, first, can you tell me what school you come from?
Well, I come from St. Pius 10th High School, just down the road on Fisher Avenue, and we've been running Movember now. It's our third year with all the teachers, and they're starting to look a little scruffy right now because we're just in the early stages.
Yeah, everybody around the office, all the guys anyway, because I'm not growing a mustache. I'm not sure I could, but I really don't want to find out. But yeah, everybody around here is starting to look a little scraggly. I figure they will for another week or so.
I'm working on my Jeff Skunk Baxter look, one of those trucker looks.
Yes, I can see you're going to grow the handlebars too.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Yes. So you've been doing this for about 4 years now, you said?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, tell us why you're doing it, because I think that's the most powerful thing.
Yeah, one of the main reasons is I am a prostate cancer survivor myself. I found out back in 2007, just through doing my regular checkups with my doctor of after 40 of going and getting your rectal exam and also your PSA test. Those are two of the main
fun things.
Fun things that have to be done so that just to check yourself out. So I suggest that all you men at 40 do so yourself. And as time went on, I found that my PSA level was going up, which is a prostate-specific antigen test, and that's the blood test that they do. And my numbers are going up in that, and also through the rectal exam, they did find a cyst, and those things progressed into finding out that I had prostate cancer.
Wow. So what was your prostate cancer journey like treatment and all that kind of stuff?
Well, what it was is that when you find out, it's always a shock to your system. And I think one of the big things to have is have a good family around you. And it seems
Absolutely.
Like the Movember family is starting that up right now in the last 5 years. But with myself, it's I was lucky. I have a doctor who's at the cancer clinic, and she helped out a lot, gave me a lot of information reading up. If you can make sure that you're reading up, websites aren't always the best, but if you have some good reading material that comes straight from a book or from the Canadian Medical Association, that would help out a lot. And so there's that, good people around you, and always making sure that if you have a doctor that they keep on top of you.
That's the thing. I think definitely getting information from an actual medical professional, because the internet is contradictory, inflammatory, and more often than not terrifying. And I think really what you say as well, being on top of your doctor. When you know your tests are going up, you want to make sure that your medical people are on top of it as well.
Yeah, I was lucky with having a really good doctor who was always, as soon as I turned 40, made sure that I was doing those tests. And he's continuing on doing tests after, because after you have prostate cancer, you're never sure if it's going to come back. You're doing these follow-up tests, but there's other tests that go along for men and women as they get older that you've got to go and check out.
Absolutely. Now, just briefly and in as little graphic detail as possible, I honestly think that it's important that guys kind of know what they're in for. Like when you talk about going in for a prostate test, what are they talking about?
Well, you go for the blood test, it's a PSA test, and then you also have a rectal exam. And that's, kind of an interesting thing to say the least. For most of us, it's one of the most embarrassing things. And all depending on your doctor, they all like in different positions. So be ready. I found out that after I had the cancer, that when you go to about 4 or 5 different specialists, each one does ask you to go in. It ended up being, how do you want me?
Where would you like me on the table? Yeah, I think you really kind of hit it too. It is embarrassing. It's not something you want to go in and have someone do.
Yeah.
And yet it's incredibly important to have it done.
If you catch it early, it's much more manageable. As time goes on and the cancer progresses, then it can go elsewhere. So
that's the thing. You can either be embarrassed or you can live.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the key. Now, you have been doing Movember, you said, for 4 years now?
This is my 4th year. And it's been a great adventure ever since. I started doing it before I had prostate cancer. And it's funny how it came in. And we've had a lot of fun. Our school, we're called Pius Dash, but there's a lot of other schools in our board that the male teachers have taken it on. So there's a whole bunch of Catholic school teachers, and I'm sure in the public board also, that are all growing their Mo and looking rather interesting. I know that some sometimes the wives aren't all interested in seeing it, but the kids at school love it. They see it. And even our teachers, like they have the Mo Bros, but the Mo Assistants, what I told them this year is that we hadn't put fake nose and glasses or used the hair as mustaches, and we voted on them. But I've told them all to do a little bit clipping of their hair, and I give them two-sided duct tape, and they can go make their own Mo.
That's perfect. How can people get involved with Movember?
Well, you join by going to Movember.com, and you go to sign in and just donate. You can donate under basically. You can donate to anybody. Even if you don't have a team to donate, you can donate. But you can always donate to Pious Dash, care of Tim Robillard as the captain, or for the team. But you go in and donate, and all that money, there's no doubt, is going to help. If we look and we talked about breast cancer and how it's always helped out, that this is something that's going to help out the males also at the same time.
Exactly. We've done so much research on breast cancer that we've basically, in a lot of ways, we've made it almost completely curable. In some cases, obviously not. I mean, it is cancer, it's insidious, but I think we can do the same thing for things like prostate cancers and all kinds of other cancers like pancreatic and liver and all of those things. All we got to do is get on board.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming by.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your story, especially, the more interesting sections of the story. It's not necessarily easy to talk to the city about stuff like that, but I appreciate it, and I appreciate the courage you have to come in and just lay it on the line and tell people.
So everybody, grow your Mo and donate to Movember.com.
Absolutely. If you want to get involved in Movember, you can go to dogfm.com and join our team, or you can join the Pious team.